had good advice. He told him, just have fun. And you know what? It seems like he did.
I want to answer the question, but I want to actually give an introduction to myself a little bit because I recognize a lot of Americans don't know who either one of us are.
That's how you get the single cat ladies back on your side. You know, in some ways, you can't help but you kind of feel...
If you were raised thinking the First Amendment stood beyond challenge, the tension between political authority and late-night satire can feel like a real test of that belief. For decades, American presidents have absorbed sharp comedic criticism, accepting that ridicule is part of public life. From the uneasy atmosphere during the presidency of Richard Nixon to the more media-comfortable era of George W. Bush, satire has remained woven into the Democratic conversation. The push and pull between leaders and comedians is nothing new. What feels different today is the sheer intensity of the reaction, especially in a digital landscape where a single monologue clip can travel worldwide within minutes. In that environment, attention once again focused on Jimmy Kimmel, host of Jimmy Kimmel Live. Known for mixing humor with direct political commentary, Kimmel has repeatedly criticized powerful figures, including Donald Trump and his supporters. Admirers
have Jimmy Kimmel taken off the air because, number one, he is currently on the air, and to the extent that he isn't in certain stations, it's because he's not funny and because his ratings aren't very good.
I have some good news for you, J-Dog. We're back on...
Others, however, interpreted the same remarks as subtle pressure directed at major television networks. For a short time, online speculation spread rapidly about the possible fate of certain late-night programs. In reality, network decisions usually revolve around ratings, performance, advertising revenue, and broader brand strategy. Yet, in a politically charged atmosphere, even ordinary programming changes can quickly be framed as ideological moves. When Kimmel eventually addressed the rumors during his show, he opted for a direct...
Candidates were pretty darn polite to each other.
First of all, Tim just said something that I agree with. I agree. And I actually think I agree with you. I actually agree with Tim Walz.
I agree with a lot of what Senator Vance said.
Governor, I agree with you.
I agree with that.
And I think that Governor Walz and I actually probably agreed.
Well, Trump is not going to like that at all. You're in a lot.
The discussion soon expanded when Vice President JD Vance joined the public conversation. Vance rejected the idea that censorship was taking place and portrayed the situation as an overblown media narrative. The exchange itself became part of the spectacle, highlighting how entertainment and political discourse now collide in real time. In earlier decades, disagreements like this might have developed slowly through official statements or newspaper columns. Today, they erupt instantly across television broadcasts, podcasts, and social platforms. Kimmel's first episode after the controversy leaned strongly into
an announcement. He said, I will be doing a personal play-by-play of the debate tomorrow between the brilliant JD Vance and the highly inarticulate tampon Tim Walz. I hope that cognitively challenged lion Kamala Harris will be listening so that she can again show the world how she will make up
Efforts to sideline or quiet a public figure often end up expanding that person's visibility instead. Audiences tuned in not only for humor, but also for the broader drama surrounding the dispute. Beyond the personalities involved, the situation revived a larger civic question. How should regulatory agencies discuss broadcast standards without giving the impression that they are targeting specific viewpoints? The Federal Communications Commission oversees licensing rules and compliance requirements, yet it does not control political speech on television. That boundary is essential for maintaining constitutional protections. When public messaging blurs that distinction, even unintentionally, it can create suspicion. The episode also...
Honestly, Tim, I think you got a tough job here because you've got to play whack-a-mole. You've got to pretend that Donald Trump didn't deliver rising take-home pay, which of course he did. You've got to pretend that Donald Trump didn't deliver lower inflation, which of course he did. And then you simultaneously got to defend Kamala Harris's atrocious
survey data, including research conducted by organizations such as Gallup, continues to reveal just how divided the American electorate remains. Approval ratings shift over time, yet declining trust in major institutions, whether media outlets, government bodies, or corporations, has become a defining characteristic of the current era. In that climate, Even a late-night monologue can transform into a symbol of broader political tensions. Ultimately, the episode highlights a familiar democratic paradox. Political power invites scrutiny, and that scrutiny often arrives through humor and satire. Whether audiences interpret the clash as bold truth-telling or simply partisan performance, it reflects a system where speech, sometimes chaotic, sometimes confrontational,